Hi everybody, and welcome back to the studio. It's a hot day, so we're outside painting again. What you can see I have a canvas that's already been covered in some black acrylic paint, and on top of that I basically just added a mixture of Pthalo Blue and alizarin crimson, just kind of loosely here and there, so some parts will be more red and some parts will be more blue. And what I thought we would do today is we would do some kind of a stormy cloud scene. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into some white, and I'm going to sort of plan out where I want the horizon to be. Sort of something here. I'm just sort of doing like side to side kind of strokes. And as I start to go up, I'm just sort of going more like kind of crazy. I kind of want the sky to be more turbulent up here. And I'm not getting enough of the red feel, so I'm going to go into some alizarin crimson and just sort of, yeah, make some spots just a little bit more red. And just sort of let the brush sort of do its own thing in and around the sky. Some more red here and there. I really want a sort of red purple kind of sky. Something kind of stormy. More red here. There. I think that's good. Something like that. We can work with that. And then what I want to do is I want to add some water in this one. So the water is going to be somewhere around here. Now the black canvas, I'm going to use some white with the same dirty brush. Normally when we do water, we go outside in, so we're going to go from the middle and out. And then back into the white, from the middle out. And then with a clean, dry brush, blend the water. Okay, now let's start doing a lot of different things in the sky. So I'm going to take the fan brush, and I'm going to start with maybe some yellow ochre and some cadmium yellow. I'm just going to start finding some spots where I want that sky to be just a little bit brighter. Just a warm glow. I'm avoiding a lot of the really blue spots because I don't want to make a lot of green. Maybe in just a few spots you can mix in some white. White, yellow. Make it a little bit brighter in a few spots. So it's not all so it's not all boring. We want our paintings to be. And then I think with a different pan brush, I'm going to go into some matte black, a little white, and some Prussian Blue. So kind of a grayed out Prussian Blue. Yeah. And I'm going to start putting in my clouds. it really does help to just not think too much about what a cloud is. Clouds will do their own things. And the more you try to affect them in your painting, the faker they're going to look, I think. Maybe out here in the distance there's like side to side clouds. Okay. Maybe this one's just a little bit more intimidating. So sort of scrubbing in some kind of shapes. And then, clean brush. If you've only used the brush a little bit, you can just beat it and blend it. Start blending some of the bottoms of these clouds. Try to leave the top more or less alone. Blend the bottoms out. You get some nice effects. Then pick them up. Super gentle. So you'll pick up some cloud strings. That's fine, don't worry too much about them. And then just really gently go across. That'll cut off all those strings you made. So you won't have any cloud strings. Just go back and darken a few areas up if you want it darker. I like this one up here. Down here I do want a lot more brighter. So, yeah. Brighten that up a little bit. Maybe a little touch of the liquid white will help. We'll come back to that. But what I want to do now is I want to start adding in some background trees. So for my background trees, I'm just going to take that same color we just made, the dark Prussian blue black mixture. And to that, I'm just going to add a little bit of sap green and a little bit of burnt umber. Kind of just the colors that trees are made out of anyway. And I'm going to start adding in some background trees. So I think we're going to do these kind of push down trees. So sort of push them down. Just like this. Reload if you need to. And some of the light that we made will show up through these trees. And you'll pick up some of that yellow too when using the brighter spots. And that's good because that's what would really happen is a lot of the trees would get illuminated by that. background trees. And some of these trees, like these are going to be about, I'd say, medium distance away. They're not too far away that we can't see some of them. So I'm going to put in maybe a few more distinct ones. That we might be able to see. Maybe this one's quite tall. Just background stuff right now. There's another one. The one there. And some of those bigger trees that we just added are going to be reflected into the water. So go here, and you just push up now, going wider. And it doesn't have to be a perfect copy because the water effects are going to distort these trees anyway. There. Bigger one. Here. I'm just really just pushing up. When you make the tree going from here, you push down. And when you make the tree from here, you push up. Trees are really easy. These kind of evergreen. Good. I'm going to fill in some land here. Just tapping. Pardon me while I clean off a brush. To clean your brush, you just use odorless paint thinner. Swirl it around, mix it in. I have a piece of steel wool in here. Shake off any excess. And then beat the devil out of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to decide where my land is, pull straight down. And when you're pulling down, the further you pull down, the closer the water is going to be to you, so that's something to keep in mind when you're laying down your hole. And then just sort of gently from the sides. You can use our yellow brush that we used for the sun, for the sky. Go into a little bit of sap green, a little bit of phthalo blue. In that. And just add just a few highlights on some of these trees. That might be a little bit too vibrant. Roll it down with a little bit of brown. If it's too bright, just add brown. Little bit. They're still quite far away, so we're not going to see a whole lot of light in these guys tonight. Especially the further we get from our light source. Something pushes up there. can't see everything out here. But there's some stuff. Okay. Now what I want to do for this is I wanted to add some really cool lightning effects. So I'm going to take my script liner brush and just into the liquid white that I have, spin it around so I can get to a sharp point with my script liner brush. This is an old brush. And right around here, there's a lightning bolt. And when I'm doing these lightning bolts, I'm twisting the brush around so that it's not totally straight. Lightning bolts in my mind are a lot like just doing a tree, except you're going the other direction. Very stormy kind of day. You're on this lake. And that's just done with the liquid white. And then I'm going to brighten up that part of the painting. So I'm going to go into some liquid white we just had. Better brush, that one's some better days. Liquid white Pthalo Blue. Makes a really nice electric kind of color. And just sort of in around here. Where the light would be coming from and illuminating bottom of the clouds that it's coming from. And then just like before, just blend that into the top of the cloud, just using the corner of the brush. That part's quite nice. I like some of that. I might just brighten up a few spots here and there. You don't want to go over too many times with the lightning bolt, I should say that, because it will mix, the liquid white will mix with the paint underneath a little bit, and you might find that you start to lose bright colors that you have. So that might be enough for me. Take a dirty brush, same dark colors that we had. So the black, the Prussian Blue, some Vandyke Brown, and some sap green. I'm going to start filling in this land down here. So I wanted the land to be a little bit lighter because it's going to be closer to us. So I actually just didn't apply any of the black acrylic paint in those spots. So I'm just going to pull up. To make some kind of grassy things. This is a really good way to make super tall grass. Just make sure that your brush always has a good supply of paint on it. If your paint starts to get like a little too thin, it'll blend too much into what you have. Like here, where I ran out of paint. But you can just fix that by going darker again. And the rest you can just fill in. You just need some grassy stuff, that's all. Now, wouldn't it be great if this fantastic thunderbolt was being framed? So just like how we put frames on our paintings to make our paintings look nice, we put frames in our paintings to make them look nice. So we put our paintings in frames, and we put frames in our paintings to make them look nice. So there's going to be a big tree here. Bigger tree. And there's going to be a friend here. And I have a baby here. And that's going to help frame that side of the painting. And then over here, I like that tree there. I might leave him alone. But let's make a super tall one here. Super tall. He starts up here, so I'm just going to maybe here. Oh no, I got rid of one of the trees I like. And that's what I mean by framing the painting. So I have some trees on either side, and they're just going to really start to help us to, see what's going on here with these trees. Now we're much closer, so I'm not going to mind if my highlight color's more vibrant, the same way I did before. So might go a little bit heavier. Some ways that you can control how much paint you lay down is you can wait to do darker spots later when you have a little bit more, or when you have a little bit less paint on your brush. Other things you can also do, you can also like just tap a little bit lighter. Those kind of strategies all work. And these grassy bits, go more into brown for that one. Another layer of grass, a little bit brighter. That's one way to go. Another way that you can also go, you can take a clean brush, blend that all down, go back into your sky color, and maybe instead also just fill it in. One skill is really just learning how to deal with mistakes. You start out with like one kind of an idea. So for this one, I really wanted the grass. But that idea, as you can tell, didn't really work out very well for me. As long as you had some fun painting, it's not really a big mistake at all. A lot of us painting, we're just learning how to do it in. And that way nothing's really wasted. You can fill it in too. No big deal. And then you can highlight little individual bushes. Lots of layers of bushes. And this way, nothing's really lost. So we started out with one idea, and we ended up with one. And that just sometimes happens. Sometimes you get one idea in your mind, and for some reason it's not working. Maybe you made a mistake with the paint, maybe You didn't visualize your idea very well, and you make a mistake. But you can always go back and you can always fix your mistakes. It's kind of nice to know that art is kind of forgiving. I think if I were to do this one again, I probably would have kept my 2 trees on the side, and I would have just let the water go all the way down the stream. Tap grass. Something like that. You can take your knife and any of these dark areas you can sort of scratch. So you can touch with some white to get some different effects. Things in there that might be just catching light. You can take that same script liner brush that you had, make the lightning bolt, go into your dark color, you can pull up some sticks that live in the forest. That's not bad. I think that's enough damage for today. Sign it. Take some very thin paint. Thin it down with the odorless paint thinner that you use to clean your brush. And sign your name. It's going to be very hard for me today. This brush, this script liner brush I have today, it's a little bit warped. And there we go. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope it was exciting for you guys to see how you can make lightning bolts, and also to see how you can correct a mistake pretty easily just using some bushes. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.